That's straight espresso, baby. This one's about to get wild. What is going on, YouTube? Big Red here. Welcome back to your most favorite day of the week. That is right. It is officially time for your wacky weekend update. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm coming at you this week. I have two actual articles for you. All right, both of them from HuffPost, which are pretty good. You're going to enjoy that. And one just general statement that happened from something that I did this weekend, and it's actually pretty big freaking news. So sit down, buckle up, and let's get it. Article number one here, coming out of the HuffPost, reads, "Nutty squirrel leaves 42 gallons of nuts in a man's Chevy Avalanche." Little background info, if you don't know what a Chevy Avalanche is, it's like a pickup truck, but it kind of doesn't look like a pickup truck because it's got some cool stuff in there, but it looks it looks like this. That's a Chevy Avalanche. So if you've never seen a Chevy Avalanche before, now you have. According to this article, it reports that there is one squirrel around this guy's place that has been hiding nuts that it finds in every single nick and cranny that this Chevy Avalanche has. I mean, they're talking from inside door paneling to inside the engine, muffler, bed of the truck, like you name it, this little squirrel has put his nuts in it somewhere. Beats me how he got into these places. I really do not know, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Can't figure it out. Don't know how they got in there, but reading the article, all right, it says that this man went away for a 4-day trip. Now, during his 4-day trip, he came back and noticed that his entire bed of his truck was filled with walnuts. He said each walnut was about the size of a lime, so I would say probably about this big or so. And he cleaned them all out, went on about his time, figured out, heard some weird noises, so he had to investigate more because he did not know what was happening. Upon this man's investigations of whatever he was looking for, the weird sounds in his car, he noticed that there was walnuts in the fenders of his car, all right, above the wheel wells and stuff like that. And then it turned out that they were putting them in, this squirrel was putting them in different compartments inside the engine cavity. If anybody knows anything about cars, which I don't know shit about cars, stuff inside your engine that's not gas and not oil really is not good. Not good. Absolute craziest part about this entire situation is this is not the first time this has happened. So this guy goes on to say how he has always parked this truck near this walnut tree, and that I think every 3 years walnut trees produce walnuts. And the last time this happened, he said it was the same exact thing had happened. Not to this extent, but he said that other vehicles have been parked near this tree. Nothing ever happens to them. He's moved the truck to other sides of the tree around different areas and moving it all over the place. Nothing. The walnuts still go in his truck. Now they have gone as far as throwing them in the bed and loading up his fenders and different compartments that they could find. Dude, if this is not the first time this happens, why is that truck not parked further away? I mean, unless you're not that inconvenienced by this, I would, like, park it further away, throw a tarp over the thing. Like, I don't get it, man. Either way, absolutely crazy that there was 42-gallon buckets of walnuts found in this man's car. Even crazier the fact that they were, like, tucked every which way in the car. These little squirrels, they're smart. They're a lot smarter than we give them credit for, I think. Article number 2. Article number 2 today also comes out of the HuffPost, and it reads, "Drunk man reported missing, joins search party for himself." To kick things off here, okay, this takes place in Ankara, Turkey. No idea where that is. Probably in Turkey, that's my guess. The article starts off and it says, and I agree with this 100%, that this is definitely worth like comedy level like credibility here. Now, this man went out, got drunk with his friend, did not show up back home, so his wife called in, put in a missing persons report for him. I think the craziest thing about this is the fact that one, the dude went out to go get wasted and didn't go home. But the article says that he just went to some house in a forest to go to sleep for the night. You just got random houses in the middle of nowhere that, in forests and wherever, I guess, that you could just go and sleep in if you get drunk? Is that how Turkey works? Not gonna lie, if so, that's kind of freaking cool. Because it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a safe spot to go to. At least you know you're in shelter and not sleeping on a bench in Penn Station or something like that. Went to a house in the middle of the forest to sleep instead of going home. As this dude now woke up from his drunken slumber in the middle of a house in the forest, he then went and saw this search party happening near him and just tagged along like no big deal, right? All right. So didn't know who or what they were looking for until they started calling out his name. So now, once he started calling out his name, he said he started to break out in some sweats and everything, and then told them that he was the guy that they were looking for. Sure enough, they didn't believe him. This search party that is out looking for this man who had joined the search party tells them that his name is Bayan Mutlu, all right, which is the name they were calling and trying to get out and, you know, to get out and find. Tells them that he is him. They don't believe him until his buddy, who was with the search party as well, in a different spot, comes over and confirms that it's him. What? Top it all off, this guy was part of the search for almost a full hour. 1 hour of these people calling his name, him telling them that that's him, that that's who they're looking for. Nobody believed him, and he was there the whole time. On to now my third and final topic of the day. And if you know, you follow me on Instagram, you follow the podcast page on Instagram, you know I was at the Jet game Sunday. And you'll notice this right here, which is a scoreboard. All right, and that scoreboard has a New York Jets victory on it. That is correct. The New York Jets took down the Tennessee Titans, and it was phenomenal. Amazing. Game went into overtime. All right, we kicked a field goal to go ahead. They came down, marched down the field in overtime, went to kick a field goal to tie, and they missed it. New York Jets win. How freaking huge. Now, some of you out there that aren't into sports might be asking, why is this so freaking huge, Big Red? I really don't understand. I'll tell you why it's freaking huge. This is freaking huge because the Jets have won 3 games, I think, in total in the last 2 years. And we go through years of misery with the Jets absolutely sucking. Just to come on this year, new coach, new quarterbacks, new everything like this, to be like, we're going to be so much better. Yeah, we come out the first 3 games, suck. Come back, team that should have blown us out. Just saying, Tennessee Titans probably should have rocked our world, and they did not. So, suck on that. New York Jets, you made the wacky weekend update, because that is the craziest news we're probably ever going to hear for the rest of the year. Thank you guys for tuning in. Always remember, all right, if squirrels are filling up your truck with nuts, maybe move your truck or cut down the tree if you're not a fan of squirrels filling up your truck with nuts. Like, I definitely would not be okay with that. I'd probably cut the tree down. So make sure you do that. Also, if you're going to join a search party, make sure you find out who the search party's for, because as we saw today, you never know. It could be you. On top of all of that, New York Jet fans, we got a victory. Let's soak this one in for as long as we can, because we're heading over the pond to London, and that one could get pretty interesting. So, thank you all for tuning into your Wacky Weekend update. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss anything that's going on around here. And yeah, stay tuned for Thursday. You're going to get a more in-depth look at my Jets game. And that's all I got for you. So you guys go out, keep it real, and I'll see you on Thursday.